saw a ghost, you would believe in them all.
Maybe. It depends on what overalls he's wearing and who his favorite country singer is.
I've never seen a haunted sausage roll.
Wow, imagine that, a flying sausage roll in the dead of night hit you on the face.
And the woman on reception said, "What number are you in?" And I said, "I'm in 53." And she said, "Oh, that's the haunted room."
Oh, really?
And
anything happened?
I almost asked her to sleep with me because I didn't want to be in there on my own.
I haven't seen a werewolf, but I've seen some pretty hairy men that look like a werewolf.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean,
and women.
And women too, yeah.
I'm still reeling off the fact that you married a ghost.
Yeah, it's pretty mad, isn't it?
What's the sex life like?
Oh, I tell you what, that is the first question that everyone asks. Everyone asks about ghost orgasms. And that is the thing.
Ghostgasm is a great band name.
Ghostgasm, almost like wargasm, but orgasm, ghostgasm. Yeah, there's a lot of gasming going on.
Have you met aliens?
I haven't met an alien, but I'd quite like to. Hello, nice to meet you.
Never want Crocs in my life.
Okay, I believe
If
it.
you see a croc wearing a ghost, it definitely won't be me.
If I see your ghost, heaven forbid, touch wood, that doesn't happen.
That's all right.
If
But
it's
trust
wearing
me,
Crocs, I'll know you.
You will not see me in Crocs ever.
I'll be like,
alive or dead.
Since it's your first time at a Limp Bizkit concert.
Today, I'm backstage at Download Festival. I'm going to be seeing which bands I can bump into, and I need to find out the answers to all of those important questions, like, do they believe in ghosts, do they believe in aliens, you know, all the good stuff. And of course, there'll be a little bit of music talk in there too. So, I want to find out some really fascinating things.
What do you got for me?
My first question is, do you believe in ghosts?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'm an in-between guy on ghosts. It depends on the YouTube channel or the TV show.
I see.
How convincing they are and what editing tricks they have.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think if you saw a ghost, you would believe in them all?
Maybe. It depends on what overalls he's wearing and who his favorite country singer is.
Okay. So you're going to say, what's your favorite country singer? Now I believe in you.
Yeah, now I believe in you.
And what's the right answer to his favorite country?
Merle Haggard and Billy Strings.
Okay. Otherwise, you don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah. There got to be some Conway in there too. Some Willie Nelson. You got to have this century.
What about aliens then?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen an alien?
You know, I want to think I have. I'm always looking.
Always.
Especially when I'm flying a lot. I got to make sure I get a couple window seats. Sometimes I like the aisle seat, but when I do have a window seat, I'm always looking for the UFOs.
So you haven't seen any aliens at Download then?
Other than myself, no.
No. Look in the mirror. There you go.
There you go. Just go look in the mirror if you want to see it.
Yes. There you go. Thank you so much for talking to me. That's been epic. Is there anything you want to say about your Download experience, or anything you want to share? Anything quirky, anything weird, anything odd that no one would know about you?
Just wait until Blackstone Cherry's set, baby.
Okay.
Got something I'm breaking out today during the set. I don't think I've ever used it yet when we've toured over here, but yeah, stay tuned.
Okay. It's keeping it under wraps, so watch them on stage and you'll find out.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So, I'm here with Johnny Doom from Kerrang Radio. A couple of years ago, Johnny actually interviewed me, so I'm going to turn the tables and ask him a few really, really important questions, such as, do you believe in ghosts, Johnny? Let's get straight to it.
I must admit, I'm a paranormal skeptic, mainly because I'm an atheist, so I don't believe particularly in the supernatural. I'm very much like science-based, but saying that, I really like the idea of the supernatural, and I like the idea of ghosts. I love ghost stories, and I love horror and fantasy. So yeah, I kind of do, but personally I'm not a believer.
Do you think you'd have to see anyone to make you believe? Because I believe that that's the case.
Yeah, I think if I had a paranormal, kind of happening happen to me, then yeah, I could easily be swayed. But and I'm very much interested in things like possessions and historical ghost stories and folk horror and tales and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen anything that would make me entirely believe in the supernatural.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grey area, isn't it? Either you see something and you believe it, or you don't. I think you've got to see something, and then that changes your whole belief system. So, ever been ghost hunting then, though?
I went ghost hunting a fair few times. We used to go to Sutton Park and Cannock Chase, anywhere remote and dark where we could all hang out and things like that. And I love doing stuff like that because you tend to scare each other and have a lot of fun doing it. Same way I love ghost stories around the campfire as well. That's good.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously you didn't see a ghost on your ghost hunt, hence why you're still skeptical. So
Exactly.
maybe you need to start ghost hunting again and then call them in, see what happens. I don't know.
Well, we had Yvette Fielding used to work for Kerrang. She did her own paranormal show, and she used to go ghost hunting all the time. So we did used to cover it on air.
Yeah, it's such a fascinating. It's like a whole can of worms, isn't it? Once you start talking about ghosts, it's like, whoa, we could go on forever. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna ask you about aliens. Do you believe in aliens?
It's pretty similar, actually.
I haven't seen one of those either in
You
Birmingham.
couldn't rule it out. You definitely couldn't rule it out. Space is very big. The universe pretty endless, so there could be anything out there, really. But has anything got to us? Has anything come into our atmosphere? It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of the sightings seem to be things that people can see in the sky, but it's never really anything concrete.
And it's always near Nevada, near Area 51. Like, I literally just got back from America, and the amount of people who are convinced that they have seen aliens in their back garden, it's like, is that just military aircraft, or is that little men running around?
Yeah, and also their images of aliens are often very human, like they've got hands and arms and legs and big eyes and dome-shaped heads. I think that's what we think is out there, but I think if something is out there, it could be entirely different. It could be made up of a gas, for instance, or not even have a form. So yeah, we're still obsessed with flying saucers and little green men.
Yeah, exactly. And who says they even look like that, or they even transport like that, I guess.
Yeah.
A sensible question. What do you think of sausage rolls?
Sausage rolls are good. Obviously, there's lots of different types now. You can get a vegan sausage roll if you don't want to eat pork. But yeah, I like a sausage roll, just a plain Greg's.
And you can believe in a sausage roll because it's right there in front of you, isn't it? Yeah, a tangible
I've
thing.
never seen a haunted sausage roll.
Wow, imagine that, a flying sausage roll in the dead of night hit you on the face. Well, there we go. I think that's an ideal place to leave this before we get too bonkers. But thank you so much for talking to me
thanks for
today.
chatting to me.
Thank you.
Have a good download.
It's day number 2 at Download, and I've got some really cool interviews lined up for you this evening. And let's talk a little bit more about music with my guest today. I'm going to be chatting with some of the biggest names in rock, so keep watching to see who I bump into. So I've just bumped into the wonderful Frank Skinner here at Download. So, are you a secret heavy metal fan?
I was a massive heavy metal fan when I was a teenager, and then when punk happened, I sort of drifted away. But I've got a 12-year-old who's now a massive heavy metal fan, so I'm his plus one at this
I see. So you're being dragged along.
No, you know what?
I'm tending to hate it, but you love it.
No, I've totally got into it all over again. I'm discovering new bands every day, which is I love.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, I'm looking forward to Pantera, but
me too.
But also the Offspring. That Americana album really meant a lot to me. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so a couple of good ones today. So I've got a really random question.
Okay.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Only at night.
Only at night.
When people ask me it in the daytime, I don't. But I once went into a hotel And the woman on reception said, "What number are you in?" And I said, "I'm in 53." And she said, "Oh, that's the haunted room."
Oh, really?
And
anything happened?
I almost asked her to sleep with me because I didn't want to be in there on my own. So I think I probably do believe.
Yeah, I did a ghost hunt at Download the other day when
yeah.
no one was here, so that was quite fascinating. Picked up a couple of spirits that were lurking around Castle Donington.
Well, I once asked on television, on a live TV show, how many people had seen a ghost.
Yeah.
And 28% of our viewers said that they'd seen one, not just believed. So
Actually seen one, so it's more common than you think.
did you see one at Castle Donington?
Yeah, I did a paranormal investigation of the Avalanche stage.
Yeah.
Got my little dowsing rods out, asked a few questions, and apparently there's a ghost called George who used to live in the Donington Halls.
Oh, yeah.
Hunting here, so
Okay.
there you go. I mean, believe it or not, you might see him later on when you're watching one of the bands.
I hope he's got a poncho.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm here with Dino from Fear Factory.
Hi.
And we're going to get to all the important questions, and we're going to start. We're going to start really, really easy. We're going to start with the music, the good
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
So, Fear Factory has
Yes.
been around for a long time,
Yes.
and that's a compliment, by the way.
33 years.
33 years, and you've been there right from the beginning.
Yes.
Yes. So, what's the key to longevity in this industry? Because it's a hard one.
It's a definitely hard one, but the love for it is what keeps me going. The fans, because they enjoy obviously what we do and the sound that we created back in the day, and them singing all the lyrics and getting involved in the music. That really what drives my passion to come out here and tour and stuff like that. But ultimately, it's in my heart, and it's what I call myself as a lifer, because this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And I made that decision when I was 9 years old.
Yeah, I think if you're a musician, you can't get away from it. I'm a singer-songwriter myself, and the thought of actually doing anything else, although I'm talking to you at Download today, which is technically something else, the thought of doing something else is not even a possibility almost. You know what I mean? So you're in it for life. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm in it for life. I'm what they call a veterano, which means veteran in Spanish. It means veteran. I'm a veteran. I'm a proud veteran. I'm proud that I'm here 33 years later to do this and play at Download Fest 2024.
Yeah, and it's a testament to your kind of willpower to stick in there, because it's not an easy industry.
I've been through major ups and downs from day one in my career. We did our first record that came out years later, but we were on our first record. We actually ended up going to court.
Oh wow.
And the producer owned the recordings. The judge decided that the producer can own the recordings, and we own our songs. So that's how I was introduced to the music industry, and ever since then, I've been fighting lawsuits pretty much all my life.
Yeah.
So
it's
pretty rough.
Yeah.
But again, that does not deter me from being out here and doing what I love doing and creating music.
And also, when you went through a period of time where you were seen as doing something very revolutionary, like you were the first to kind of do those shouty verses, singing choruses.
Yes.
And how was that received? Because I always feel like with the music industry that everyone loves it when it's successful. But the period of time when you're initially doing something different, was that difficult? Were people like, oh, we don't like this, we don't know how to take this?
Yeah. Well, we came into the scene before there was the internet and before there was trolls. But when we came out with our first record, Soul of a New Machine, in 1992, we got a lot of backlash because of the melodic vocals. Because at that time, in 1992, a lot of you probably weren't even born yet, death metal and grindcore was really big at that time. So when we released our stuff, it was a pretty fucking brutal record with melodic vocals. People didn't know how to take it, and so there was we got a lot of backlash. And it wasn't like on the internet where you could just read somebody's comment. No, this was like people saying it to our face.
Yeah. But I suppose ultimately being different and having that thing that made you unique and made your band sound is what has made you stick around for all this time. So
Correct. The same thing that people were talking crap about was eventually what they ended up liking about it.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
it's kind of funny how that works.
Yeah.
It's like no one wants to be the first to get on the bandwagon, no pun intended, but you know what I mean. No one wants to be be the first.
I
to say.
don't mind being the first at anything.
Yeah, you've got to be the first. Who
Exactly.
would? Yeah.
Also, now that style that she's talking about, as she describes, now that is pretty much a staple in rock and metal today.
Yeah, it's pretty normal now, but at the time it wasn't. And I think being one of the pioneers and being the first is always quite a nice little, thing to
There might have been somebody before us, but nobody's ever.
Well, yeah,
no one's ever been able to prove it.
Take the compliment, hey?
Yeah, yeah.
So how are you finding the UK in general?
Love the UK. I always loved coming here, ever since back in the early days. My two favorite things: English breakfast and Indian food. Love it.
Ah, wow, there you go. I recently got back from LA, actually, in Nevada, and I was over there filming ghost adventures and haunted places, and I did not bump into one person in Nevada who hadn't either seen a ghost or an alien. So my next question is a little bit offbeat, but have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Do you believe in them? Are you a
Yes,
skeptic?
of course I believe in ghosts, yeah.
Okay.
I believe there's spirits roaming around here.
Okay.
Whether they're trying to tell us something or whether they're just trying to coexist with us, I believe they're out there.
Yeah, I believe
And
it.
aliens as well.
Aliens. Have you seen an alien?
No.
You haven't seen an alien?
No. No.
A werewolf? I'm going to go through this.
I haven't seen a werewolf, but I've seen some pretty hairy men that look like a werewolf.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean,
And
yeah.
women, and women.
And women too, yeah. The bearded lady and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, I think it's been lovely to chat to you. And what else have you got planned while you're in the UK? How long are you over here for?
We're only over here for a couple of days. Right after this festival, we got to head over to Germany, and we got a few shows over there. We're doing the whole festival, Europe and UK tour.
Okay.
So we got other countries that we got to go to. We still got Grass Pop, which is in Belgium, and we still got Hellfest and a few other festivals.
Okay, and what about new music? Anything like that on the horizon?
Yes, we've been working on new music, but it won't be out till next year.
Okay, my producer, a friend of mine, you may know, Chris Collier.
Yes, I know Chris Collier. Yeah.
I think he might have mixed some of your records or something like that.
He pre-mixed our last record. Ultimately, Andy Steep did the mix, but yeah, Chris helped us out.
Yeah, Chris is a buddy of mine. He's producing my music, so
Nice.
it's kind of a nice little connection.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Chris is also, has become big time working with a lot of Korn stuff now.
Yeah. He's cool. I've known him for a long time, and we kind of took a chance on each other when we were kind of like, I was a new artist, he was a new producer, and
Have you been to Vegas yet?
Yeah, I was in Vegas last few weeks ago. So
nice.
yeah, I haven't been to his studio in Vegas. I worked with him when he was in LA. So yeah.
Yes.
But we do, through lockdown, we do Skype sessions. So I'll be writing in the UK, and he'll be, doing his thing over there. So.
Well, shout out to Chris Collier.
Yeah, shout out to Chris, and thank you so much for your time today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the UK.
Yes,
so.
I definitely will. Thank you very much. Download Fest 2024, Fear Factory. We'll see you at the Dogtooth stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Well, first question. Obviously, you're looking the part today.
Thank you.
Style influences.
So I'm a big pro wrestling fan. I grew up on the Hardy Boys. Like Jeff Hardy was always a star icon of mine. So anytime I get to support a little bit of Fishnet, I'm all in on that. But I'm also a big fan of people in bands like Machine Gun Kelly, who there's a lot of punk-based attire, but in sort of a commercial kind of way.
Yeah.
And then obviously people like Motley Crue, anything that's leather, studs and chains.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to see someone dress the part. So let's put it that way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And what's it like working for Kerrang?
It's insane. I started when I was 16 years old working for Kerrang.
Oh, wow.
It's the work experience, because you have to do work experience.
Yeah, you worked your way up slowly, poking your head over the door, going,
Yeah.
let me on the mic.
Can I be on air yet? And they're like, no, more demos. And then eventually got on air as a cover weekend presenter. Then Kerrang closed down in Birmingham, and I was last in, so I was first out. Learned how to DJ, did that for a bit. Went and worked in London for Team Rock for a bit. Then worked for Scuzz TV for a bit, and then it was on a job with Scuzz TV where Sophie K was like, we just had a bunch of presenters leave Kerrang, we need new presenters, do you want to throw in a demo and see what happens? I put in a demo, and then I've been doing that show for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's a little stroke of luck, isn't it? Work hard and then a little stroke of luck.
My whole career is just right place, right time.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I'd probably still be doing a paper round.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as all of us would be, wouldn't we, really? But so, what advice would you give to a new band looking to get airplay on Kerrang? Because that is the question probably you get hassled with all the time.
I do get that question quite a lot. So my advice, first and foremost, would be do as much yourself as possible. Like, look at some of the big bands around you, what they're doing, and find people in the band who can do that. Find someone who likes video editing or content creation. Find someone who likes designing for your merchandise. Find someone who enjoys talking to people and networking, and someone you can send out to gigs to go and, you know, places like this, press areas, go and shake hands, say hello to people. Like, the more independent your band is from the get-go, the more when you get to the level of success that you see some of the bands on the big stages this weekend experiencing, you know the system and you're already aware of how the cogs turn in the industry. But in terms of Kerrang, like, your starting point is always going to be Alex Baker, like his Fresh Blood Unsigned show on a Wednesday night. So Alex is great for taking submissions, but also listening to submissions. He makes his show himself as all curated by Alex. And then once you get some airplay from Alex, the Graduation is Johnny Doom's show after that. Doom spins you and he likes you. Chances are you'll probably end up in evenings with Hope Lyons, I think, Saturday and Sentinel. I think.
You should know better than me. I'm like,
and then after that, it's daytime radio. And like, in order to get on daytime radio, you usually need like a PR.
Yeah.
Or someone working you like that. But yeah, in terms of just getting yourself on there, Alex Baker's the man. Like, he's a great starting point.
You've literally got to do so much yourself. Someone's not going to come along and do it all for you.
No.
That's kind of a really good message.
Not in 2024, they're not.
No, they're not. They need to be able to make money from you, and I think that's what people forget. No one's working for free. You know, you've got to be a ready-made band that's making money. Yeah, it's a business.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's not like that thing, oh, I'm going to be famous tomorrow, like, come and pluck me out there.
Unless mummy or daddy's got a lot of money, in which case probably you could be famous tomorrow if they just went, here's a blank check, spend it on whatever you want.
Yeah,
and there is a little bit of nepotism every now and then. But talent outshines nepotism, always.
Talent wins. Talent and luck and determination, I guess.
Oh yeah, a lot of luck, and yeah, you gotta be determined. Like, if you want something bad enough, you can make it happen, but just remember, progress isn't linear. How you think the correct route is and how things are going to pan out, and if I do X, Y, and Z, then I get the desired outcome. It's never like that. You've got to be willing to change and adapt and go in different directions, but just stay focused on what you want and enjoy it. Take the time to enjoy it, because at the end of the day, it's a stupid fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, all of this is stupid. Like, we're all stood in a field working around music. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's literally no rule book, and if you think there is, you're in the wrong mindset. It's literally screw all the rules, do what you want, make your own way, and be as random as possible.
100%.
Which leads me to my next question. What is the most quirky, weird thing about you that no one knows?
That's a really good question.
It's a really horrible, hard question, but hey.
The really weird, quirky thing about me that no one knows. Jeez. I love spending time on my own. Like, I absolutely love spending time. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm quite extroverted in situations like this, but like, there's nothing more I love than either like being on my own for extended periods of time, just enjoying my own company. Like, I could talk to myself for hours. Like, the conversations with the multiple different voices in my head that occur when no one else is around would probably worry many psychiatrists.
Well, that's why they give you a radio show.
Exactly.
It's kind of the same thing.
Exactly. It's just letting the voices out for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably the fact that just like I'm so comfortable being on my own. I'm more than happy to just.
It's that introvert extrovert thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you need that quiet time to sort of make up for all the kind of out there time, I guess.
That and the fact that I'd take a bullet for Pitbull as well. Pitbull is a musical genius.
Oh, Pitbull!
Does not get the love and respect that he deserves. So if anything happens to Pitbull,
Mr. Worldwide, 305 and all that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm down.
Exactly. So yeah, I'd take a bullet for Pitbull as well.
Okay, cool stuff. And one more question. Do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts?
Yeah. I did a ghost hunt, a download a few days ago.
Interesting. Did you find any?
I did.
Interesting.
See, are you a skeptic? Because you're looking at me like, did you?
No.
Did you?
No,
Are
because
you
like,
believing?
here's my thing is that like, we're going to go off on a massive tangent right now.
That's fine, we can do tangents. We're all in a stupid tent in the field.
Exactly. So like, I haven't done any hallucinogenics in my life, and I'm very open to the idea of that, because I feel like there's a lot we can't physically understand given our human tools. Right? I feel like this body, this entity, this vessel that we exist in is capable of so much to a certain point, and there's stuff past that we physically can't do, can't understand or can't comprehend.
Yeah.
And I think stuff like what happens to our souls when they leave our body. Like, you can't kill energy, so there's an energy with us. So when this vessel dies, where does that energy go? Where does that spirit go? What happens to it? I feel like that's something that we don't have the facilities to explore ourselves right now, which means we can't find the answers.
Yeah.
So because of that, there's got to be something there.
It's kind of funny because I believe in ghosts. In fact, I married a ghost, which is another story, which is a completely different tangent, which we may not go off on. But I completely believe in ghosts, and I didn't up until one point, and then I had this encounter that literally changed how I see everything. And now I see them quite regularly, and that sounds really, really mad. But I think it's one of those things. Before, if someone said to me, "Oh, you'll be able to see spirits and communicate with them," I'd be like, "Oh, really?" But now I'm like, that is probable, and it's kind of opened my eyes up to this whole world that I didn't think existed.
I'm still reeling off the fact that you married a ghost.
Yeah, it's pretty mad, isn't it?
What's the sex life like?
Oh, I tell you what, that is the first question that everyone asks. Everyone asks about ghost orgasms, and that is the thing.
Ghostgasm is a great band name.
Ghostgasm, almost like wargasm, but orgasm, ghostgasm. Yeah, there's a lot of gasming going on. But yeah, that is the first question that anyone will ask me. What's it like to have sex with a ghost? And I'm like, would you ask me what it's like to have sex with my boyfriend or a human or my husband or my wife? Or
That's exactly where my mind is going straight away.
That's what everyone's mind goes. But yeah, if you think about a spirit can touch your mind and body, then it is a little bit orgasmic. Yes! Ghostgasmic, yeah.
That's amazing. Genuine, that's blowing my mind. I've got so many questions for you off camera.
Oh,
so
wow.
many questions.
You can ask them on camera for free.
I would do, but I've got to go and do an interview. Yeah, I've just got to wait for my producer.
Okay, well, it was lovely to meet you anyway. Thank you for being such a good sport.
Thank you ever so much for the interview as well.
It's day number 3 at Downloaded. We're backstage. I'm going to be doing a few pretty cool band interviews today, and I always want to know the weird and wonderful stuff. But actually, over the last few days, I've learned quite a few things about the music industry. Firstly, you need a good lawyer because there's going to be a lot of lawsuits, and the more successful you get, the more lawsuits you're going to encounter, which is a fun fact. So if you're of a weak disposition, this industry definitely is not for you. You think that the worst thing that could happen is a couple of people on social media saying mean things. No. Imagine having a massive lawsuit and losing all of your money and all of your material. Now that is something to be scared of, aside from the ghosts. I've also learned that Frank Skinner is a secret Pantera fan. Who knew, hey? I'm with him on that though. Pretty sick band. They played here last night and pretty awesome set. I've learned to expect the unexpected, as I do in most of my life. I wasn't expecting to find that the download site was haunted by the ghost of a fox-loving Georgian man and his beautiful wife, who, when I did my ghost hunt, was parading around in her white dress. Now, a lot of people are a little bit skeptical when it comes to paranormal activity, but I think that's understandable. I mean, I don't think many people come to Download expecting to see a ghost, unless it's Ghost the band, of course. Although, I haven't bumped into the Download dog again since resurrecting him. I mean, a little bit rude of him, really. Bring him back to life and he doesn't even come over and say hi. But, I mean, I guess that is a typical dog move. What can you expect from a hound? And he's pretty in demand this weekend, so maybe I'll bump into him later and see how he's enjoying his new lease of life. I'm here with the Lord of the Lost. Now, should I be referring to one of you as the Lord?
Yeah, no.
No.
You know, like I had this nickname in school. And
really?
Yeah, this is how, because I always had these great ideas. So when I started the band, back then as a solo project, I just had to call the folder on the computer something. So I called it Lore, and a lot of loss is not me, it's not a different person. A lot of loss is like spokesperson for people that seek refuge and shelter in music. If you feel lost somehow,
Yeah.
so this is what Lord of Lost symbolizes for us. It's not me or different.
Yeah, so I don't have to refer to you as Lord, and you don't have to refer to me as Lady, just for the sake of a fun interview.
I mean, to be fair.
To be fair, it could be quite
No,
fun.
no. Wait. To be fair, I am a real Lord because once, a couple years ago, some fans from Ireland, they gave me this certificate. They bought like 1 square meter of land in Ireland somewhere in wherever. I could actually go travel there and build a fence around it. And this certificate makes me an official Lord of land. Blah, 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 wherever
I've heard of these things.
So I could go to the Amt, Germany, where you register your passport chip. I could go there and put Lord in my passport.
Wow, you should definitely do that. That would be amazing at customs. I am a Lord, I'm here.
And are you a real lady? I don't want to be unpolite.
I am not, sadly not. But for the purpose of this interview, then feel free. Let's all just become very royal.
Okay, Lady of the Lost.
Lady of the Lost.
What is the next question?
The next question is, you mentioned that the band name is, my interpretation of what you said is it's about almost like a collective of lost souls coming together through art to express themselves.
Yeah, we're a sect.
You're a sect. A sect of lost people. Yeah. But that's nice though, because you're bringing people who don't necessarily fit in, or who don't conform to what people think is typical or normal. There's something lovely about that, no?
It is, yeah. It doesn't mean that like the regular guy on the street can't listen to us, but those people who are not like really searching for shelter in that way, they might not get that deep in the Lord of Lost rabbit hole, they just maybe listen to a couple of songs like the top 5 on Spotify or something, but like the real like hardcore fans, when we talk to them, it's all people that really search not just for music, they search for community.
Yeah,
and for me it's the most beautiful thing when we're on tour and I see the fans waiting like from early morning in front of the halls. It's like the aspect of community that they are
it's really
giving
important.
each other is so beautiful. But that's the thing, the thing with the sect, of course, was just a joke. So we're not an exclusive club. You don't have to.
You don't want to be excluding anyone.
Or you don't have to be like this or that to be part of the team. You can just decide to go with us, or maybe just for a couple of months and then leave us again. Or just enjoy it like very shallow. You don't have to go that deep. So
Well, I'm going to make this same question very, very shallow. So have you actually ever been lost in a forest, on the motorway, at the airport? I mean, did you find yourself here by mistake? Are you lost? Are you trying to get somewhere else?
We were really much on purpose here, but we were lost. I remember in 2018.
Oh, Summer Breeze Festival.
I know, in 2018 we got lost in Beijing, in China, because like I say, our bass player.
That was 19, right?
No, 2018, December 2018.
Wow.
Our bass player thought he knew the way.
We all are.
Our bass player thought he knew the way.
He often does.
He often does, and he mostly does. But in Beijing, he didn't. So and we didn't have internet, so
so you have actually been lost as well. So there you go. We went deep and we went really shallow with that. A funny question: do you believe in the sun? Yes.
I mean, it's there.
We need that to come out. Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
You don't believe in ghosts? No paranormal activity? No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Waiting to see one.
But the thing is, there's a difference between I don't believe in it or saying they don't exist. So I would call myself with all these things an agnostic atheist because I say I don't believe in it, but I don't rule it out.
It's like open-minded, I guess.
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do believe in ghosts. In fact, I married a ghost, which is a whole other topic.
Are you a witch?
I am not a witch. God, I have been.
It's nothing negative. There can be like good witches.
No, I actually just got back from Romania and I entered the coven for a day, and they think I have supernatural powers, but I would not personally identify as a witch, but whatever label you want to put on that. I don't go around casting spells on people, although that would be quite fun.
What were the supernatural powers?
Like foresight into seeing like paranormal activity, foresight into reading people quite deeply, and apparently it's a gift that you have to harness. So who knows? You never know. I might run away to Romania.
I think with the black hair and like the stars on your dress and something, you could make a great witch.
I could make a great witch.
I believe you.
Need a broomstick though. Come on, and a cauldron. I mean, if we're going down the cliche route.
Yeah.
So the next question: aliens. What do you think about aliens? Have you ever seen an alien?
Not that I know.
What do you know?
Maybe an alien has seen you. Maybe they were in disguise.
Ah, yeah.
You know, maybe it's like in Men in Black. They live with us all the time. But the thing is, like, I'm pretty much about logic, and when you check the size of the universe, it's pretty much unlogic that that there's no other life than us.
Yeah.
And there are actually theories that say, because like if you go back all the steps of evolution, on the ladder of evolution, if you go back and back and back, somewhere there are like very big jumps in evolution which you can't really explain. So actually we after, like, if you believe in the Big Bang, we didn't really start at zero. Somehow evolution started somewhere at some level. So some people think that when the Earth was very, very young, it came on meteoroids or something from the outside and actually evolved on Earth. So maybe we are the aliens.
We are the aliens.
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist kind of guy, like dwelling in these things like all the time, but I think even this theory is not impossible, that maybe our like basic life, like from millions of years ago, came from somewhere else and just found a place here to evolve, you know?
I kind of quite like the idea that everything is probable, and if you can kind of imagine it, then somewhere it could possibly exist.
Yeah.
Kind of like that idea, because how do you know? We don't
It's
know
like the
everything.
parallel universe theory somehow,
It's quite interesting. So let's get a little bit more shallow.
Have you met aliens?
I haven't met an alien, but I'd quite like to.
Chris.
Hello, nice to meet you. Well, there you go. I mean, that leads me to style inspiration. And the reason I'm thinking alien is those piercing green contact lenses.
Contact lenses?
Oh, sorry. Piercing green
eyes.
Sorry, forgive me.
Natural
piercing
eyes.
green natural eyes. Like me, I was born with black hair, popped out of the womb like this. I wanted to ask you about your style influences because you're very visual.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, the answer is always so boring. Everything. We don't have one major influence. That's major influence. You know, like it can be even like shallow TV shows like Top Model, because they have all these great designers, great photographers, great sets, and and I watch that and go like, wow, it can be like, I see your jacket with the floral stuff and I go like, I like that or whatever. So it can be everything.
You could be like, tomorrow you could be dressing like a witch.
Yes,
and
of
I
course.
can look at you and I go, I inspired that, and I can claim it.
No, but there's not one source. Like, and I don't know, maybe there are people and other artists which have like one inspiration source, and often I muse, and I read that very often, that they say like, I read that book and I'm like, the whole thing got inspired by this one thing. Mostly it's just things that happen around us.
Yeah, I think you're influenced by everything, and sometimes you don't even realize it, but at least you kind of aware.
We're just copying everything that's cool.
It works.
Wow.
It works.
Wow. And last question.
Last question?
Last question. Plugs. It was mentioned, paperweights, plugs. What's all this about?
It's not plugs. We're selling paperweights.
Okay.
And they come in pretty handy if you like, you write some stuff and you have paper on your desk. You open the window and it's getting windy, and then they fly away. So you need a paperweight to actually,
In 2024, do people have big stacks of paper these days?
Yes.
Germany,
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Digitalization in Germany is.
We could actually start selling digital paperweights.
That would be interesting.
Paperweight.
8-bit paperweights, so they're just a little, not that round, like.
Are NFTs still a thing?
I mean, So
but what's your question? Why we are doing that?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
like-
I don't know. I just saw it somewhere, and it says don't mention them, so I thought I'm going to mention them.
No, the thing is, we're selling these paperweights, which are actually, of course, plugs, and it started as a joke. We were with the guys from our merch shop in Hamburg. We were just hanging around somewhere in summer 2 years ago or something, and some of the guys were really drunk. And one guy off the shop said, "You guys should really sell plugs."
I feel like there's more of a market for plugs than there is paperweights.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
Make more money.
we have this Telegram channel where we can make polls and actually ask people. So we're like, would you buy a plug from our merch shop? And there were like thousands of people going like, yes. And we're like, okay, why not just?
If only a third of these people would
It's
actually
like,
buy
give
it.
the people what they want,
So
I guess.
I feel like
Democracy.
it's funny. Why not try? I myself have zero experience with using paperweights that way, but if people like it, and so it started as a joke, and now it has become real merch.
Well,
So-
some of the best things do start as a joke, so go with it, I guess.
What? In the button.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. So thank you. Thank you. I'm joined by Dan from Zebrahead here at Download. And how's it going so far?
You know what? Having a good time. The sun's out. Stopped raining. We were here yesterday. It's pissing down with rain. It's a bit muddy still, but you know what? The sun's out. Everybody's having a good time. It's been great.
Where are you from? The accent is pretty cool.
I'm actually originally from Sheffield.
Oh, Sheffield. Wow.
I live in Los Angeles. I left Sheffield and I've lived in America since I was 7.
That would explain it then.
So it's a bit odd. I know, it's a bit strange. And I've been drinking a bit, so I get a little more British, more drink.
Wow. I have some really bizarre and random questions for you. I literally just got back from LA and Vegas.
Okay.
And I was over there filming a ghost hunting series.
Okay.
And over there, and I don't know if you're in this boat, I didn't bump into one person that has either experienced a ghost or seen an alien at the bottom of their garden. Now, I don't know if you have any of those kind of
I
experiences.
have not done either one. I've never seen a ghost, never seen an alien.
Oh, wow.
And I've been wondering, I used to bartend at this bar years ago that's haunted. I've been in different places where it's haunted. I'm like, and the bar I used to bartend at, I would be by myself. I would shut off all the lights. I was hanging out. And I would sit there. I'm like, all right, I've had a couple beers. And, all right, I'm ready for a ghost. And everybody says, wrong. It doesn't work that way. How is everybody an expert on ghosts? If you're expecting the ghost won't come around.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the deal?
Well, I think you've got to be open. I think you've got to have.
I am open. I want to see it, but they won't come around.
Oh, well, damn. You've got to, I don't know.
What do I need to do? Get a ghost to fucking hang out with me?
I don't know. Which bar was this? Is it one of those notorious,
No, it was like this dive bar in Pomona. It's like a little bit outside of LA.
Cool, because I literally went to the old washout club. We went to the Nevada State Penitentiary, and they put me on death row.
Did you see anything?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh.
I have I can communicate with spirits, which sounds mad for someone who doesn't believe that or.
It's not so much I don't believe it, I just want to experience it, but just yet to experience it.
Well, with me, it was completely random. I didn't believe, I didn't even care, I don't think. I didn't even think about it. Every day you wake up, you don't think, oh, ghosts, I wonder if they're around. It's just not in your brain, is it? It's and then one day I had this really mad experience, and it really changed everything. It was so impacting that I literally believe in ghosts now. And I feel like I'm quite sensitive to them. So when I go to certain places, I can sense spirits and sense paranormal activity.
Interesting.
It's kind of weird, right? I feel like a lot of people are skeptical about that because it does sound a little bit odd, but I think it's one of those things. If you see it, then you believe in it.
Right.
And I feel like it's the same with a lot of things.
I mean, I'm not skeptical about it. I'm open to wanting to experience it, I'm just yet to.
Yeah.
One thing about ghosts, people say, oh, ghosts are dressed like this. Okay, why are ghosts naked? So when you die, is the last outfit you wear what you're going to be spending eternity in?
Well, I don't know, because the first ghost encounter I had was of a Victorian soldier.
Okay.
And when I saw the ghost, he was wearing his Victorian uniform.
Right.
And I had this vision of how he died, which was falling down a well. And in that vision, he was in his uniform. So
what have you done? The outfit in?
Well, I guess so. That's how I feel. Because when people see a medieval ghost or a Victorian ghost,
right.
The ghost is wearing a Victorian costume. They haven't gone, down the road.
Right. So your clothing has a soul that goes along with you, maybe the last thing you wear.
Well, I don't know. know, but every time I've encountered a ghost, it has looked like from the era that. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, so it's like almost era appropriate.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of lost in time. That's where it died, and that's how it's presenting itself.
So say I'm doing rewashing and wear some stupid outfit and wear like Crocs or some horrible shorts.
Yeah.
And I pass away. Am I stuck for eternity wearing this outfit?
Yeah, imagine that.
How awful would that be?
How terrible would that be? You're literally looking your absolute worst. You haven't even done your mustache or anything. You're like there just.
And you explain to people for eternity, look, trust me, I don't normally look like this.
Yeah.
You got me on an off day and I'm stuck like this for eternity.
Yeah, you're literally wearing Crocs, like your pajamas.
Yeah, which I would never wear Crocs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be caught dead nose.
Oh, come on, I bet you do.
Or alive.
You kind of admitted to sort of wearing Crocs.
No, I've never worn Crocs in my life. Never worn Crocs in my life.
Okay, I believe
If you see a Croc wearing a ghost, it definitely won't be me.
If I see your ghost, heaven forbid, touch wood, that doesn't happen.
That's all right.
If it's
trust
wearing
me,
Crocs, I'll know you.
You will not see me in Crocs ever.
I'll be like,
alive or dead.
The spirit of you will be wearing Crocs.
No, not a chance.
I knew it.
No way. Not on my
how
watch.
would you? This is a very odd question.
Yeah.
How would you like your ghost to look? What's your best outfit? What's your best outfit?
I don't know.
Dead?
Maybe it's,
Yeah.
but not the wellies though.
Not with the wellies,
Fucking,
no.
if I spent eternity in wellies, I'd be upset about that too.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost as bad as Crocs. Well, not
I
quite.
mean, wellies are kind of like mud Crocs.
Yeah, mud Crocs. Yeah, functional, but.
Yes, I get it, but like, I only bought these yesterday,
Yeah.
just because. I mean, look at this place. I have to.
Well, I've seen a couple of people. I spoke to Dino yesterday from Fear Factory.
Okay.
He didn't get the welly memo. He was in his white trainers.
Nope, they're done.
And another guy was in his flip-flops, sandals.
Oh, he's done.
You've never been. Yeah, you've never been to England before, have you? Never been to a festival?
No.
What were you expecting? Like a beach or something?
No, not quite right.
So you're definitely prepared. So we've covered ghosts quite extensively.
Yes.
Aliens, not a believer of ghosts either.
No, I'm saying I'm not a believer of aliens. I've never seen one.
Would you want to?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Would you not be scared? They take you to a faraway planet.
Well, if they take me, they take me. What am I going to do?
I guess you can't do much, can you?
Yeah, let's go for the adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, I can be afraid, or why be afraid of something that you have no control over?
Yeah, this is true.
It's kind of like being afraid of flying. People are afraid of flying. Like, the plane crashes, the plane crashes. What's the point of being afraid of it?
Yeah, well, statistically, you actually have more chance of dying walking
In a car.
across the road.
Yeah.
I think, it's psychological, I guess, some of it.
Yeah.
Are you a spiritual person? Do you believe in, what do you believe in? What's your jam?
I'm open to everything, but I've never experienced anything.
Yeah, I kind of feel what you mean. I feel like that is the big key to believing something. You have to experience it in some way.
But I'm not a disbelief. I'm not going to say, there is no God, there is no aliens, there are no ghosts. Just because I've never seen any of those things, I'm open to all those things. I'd love to see any of those things, but I've yet to.
What about, I'll tell you what, I had a really weird conversation with someone the other day about vampires, and apparently in America, and you might know more about this than me, that there are currently tribes of vampires in America who actually drink people's blood on the daily.
Okay.
And I had quite an interesting debate with this guy who was a vampire expert, and he was very annoyed with these vampires because he said they were not legit because they drink blood in the morning and then have their dinner at McDonald's, and he thought to be a true vampire you have to just exist on blood. And I don't know if you got any thoughts on that, but that's...
But I think that's so close-minded, like, he's not a real vampire if he has McDonald's for dinner.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you to judge the vampire by what he eats? You know what I mean? If a vampire wants to have a little bit of blood in the morning and McDonald's at night.
Yeah. I mean
if you're not a vampire, you don't know really what it is. Hey, let the vampire eat what he wants.
Yeah, let the vampire drink the blood and eat the Big Mac, I guess. I mean,
do you want the vampire eating blood only? It could be the blood killed. Let's give him a happy meal at night, and then maybe a couple people will survive.
Yeah, but it's kind of a weird one as well, because being a vampireologist, you are judging something you actually don't understand because you're not the one drinking the blood. Maybe you actually, it can't be that satisfying. I find it pretty disgusting, actually, the whole thought of it, but it can't be that satisfying. You are going to want to eat something else, surely.
The thing is, imagine, whatever your favorite meal in the world, see, like filet mignon steak. You could, it's the best steak in the world. You can eat that 3 meals a day. You get kind of tired. Once in a while, maybe I just want a hot dog. or some fish and chips, or something plain and basic, rather than like gourmet steak meal.
Yeah.
Because how do you appreciate this gourmet steak meal unless you have like some kind of crappy food to kind of compare it to?
Yeah, I feel like, what's your go-to dish? What's your favourite food? Like, if you could eat one thing, I know we just said that would be a bad idea, but if you had to choose one meal to eat for the rest of your life.
I guess pizza.
Pizza, yeah, pizza's good because
It's just easy.
yeah, it's quite.
Because
yeah.
when there was something else and I couldn't get it, like it wasn't a really nice steak, I'm out somewhere, but the only thing I could eat is just like gourmet, say like, Kobe beef steak or whatever. Like I'll get it.
It doesn't really work for breakfast, whereas
No.
pizza, you just kind of.
Yeah, pizza's always good for breakfast.
Yeah, pizza's quite a good choice, actually.
And plus there's like so many different varieties of it.
There is that.
So-
Oh, yeah, but what if you could only have one variety in pizza? Getting very specific.
God, Jesus Christ, it's so
I know,
limiting.
these questions
Right,
are
then I'm
wild.
stuck with that one variety of pizza. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, I mean, have you got anything you would like to share, or anything about your music you want to talk about?
I thought we were talking about pizza and vampires.
Yeah, it's kind of more exciting, I think.
I'd rather talk about that. No, I don't want to talk about new music.
I mean, I could ask.
How do you feel about the mud?
How do you feel about the mud?
Well, it doesn't make me very hungry.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
And there's no aliens or vampires in it.
yeah. I mean, I saw a guy yesterday. He was literally head to toe covered. He looked like a swamp thing. He was like just covered in.
Yeah.
I feel like that is the way to do it.
So
I
if he's
guess.
done that, then maybe like the alien, like from from the movie Predator,
Yeah.
like when they cover themselves in mud. Have you seen the movie?
I haven't, but I'm gonna
Okay,
say.
so it's a Predator, which also Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers. So the alien comes out and can see people like infraredly, like he sees the heat, but they would hide themselves by covering themselves in mud. So maybe that guy's hiding out from an alien.
Or maybe he is. Maybe he's actually an alien. Maybe
Maybe he's
aliens
doing that,
are
yeah.
amongst us in download.
Yes.
Swimming in the mud.
They
That's
could be
amazing.
around us anywhere, right here.
They could. You're looking at me, right?
No, I'm just looking around,
You're
period.
just looking around, curious.
All right, let's go on the mud on him. Yeah.
Okay, have you been on stage yet, or no?
Yeah, we did play.
How was it?
No aliens, no
No
vampires.
aliens, no
No
ghosts,
pizza, no aliens, no vampires.
no
Yeah.
ghosts.
No.
Wow. What a waste.
There might have been all those things, but I didn't see any of them.
Wow.
So if there were any of them there, I wish I would have seen them.
Wow. Okay. Where to next? Are you back off to LA, or you on a tour?
I'm actually, everybody's going home, but I'm going to go stay in Sheffield for a week.
There
See
you go.
family.
Your moustache is quite. Is it Sheffield? Where does that sort of style?
Well, the mustache?
Yeah.
For my face.
Well, ultimately, yes.
No, but I left Sheffield when I was 7, so it's been a long time.
Yeah. So you didn't have a moustache when you were 7, clearly.
Did I? Nah, I don't think I did.
That would be quite impressive. You would have been like a record
There's some
breaking child.
strong genetics, yeah.
Very strong.
Hairy child.
But there's nothing specifically that inspires
Nothing,
that.
it's just because I can.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's it.
That's actually kind of. Yeah, not everyone could do that. So.
Yeah, so my yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for talking to me. You've been a very good sport. I've been throwing you all kinds of random.
I love it. This has been one of the more interesting interviews I've done all day.
Well, there you go. I'll take that as a compliment. So lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Wow, hasn't Download 2024 been an adventure? There's been ghosts, there's been bands, there's been music, there's been a lot of mayhem. But I guess that's me, over and out. Let's call it a wrap.